Early the next morning, Ruby hurried back to the beach with the mysterious wooden box pressed tightly against her yellow backpack. The ocean waves crashed loudly behind her.
Her new friends were already waiting near the palm trees. "Umerudi," the smallest boy shouted happily. Ruby smiled and carefully lifted the box.
The children gathered in a circle around the strange markings carved into the wood. One girl slowly brushed sand away. Then, click, the lid suddenly popped open.
Inside the box lay an old, rolled-up map tied with faded blue string. "Romani," one boy whispered excitedly. Ruby leaned closer, curiously.
The children carefully spread the map across the sand. A winding red line stretched toward dark cliffs beside the ocean. At the very end was a large X, beside one word, Pango.
"Hini pango," the girl explained softly. Ruby repeated the word carefully. "Pango."
Far away, dark waves crashed against the cliffs. A nervous feeling twisted inside Ruby's stomach.
"Twende!" shouted the tallest boy excitedly. The children grabbed their bags and hurried down the beach path. Ruby quickly followed behind them.
Palm leaves rustled overhead as the group climbed narrow, rocky paths beside the ocean. Below them, white waves smashed against sharp rocks.
Suddenly, a strange echo drifted through the air. "Hoo!" The children froze immediately.
Ruby looked around nervously. "Sauti gani hiyo?" she whispered. The girl slowly shook her head. "Sijui."
Another strange sound echoed from somewhere ahead. Hoo! This time it sounded much closer. The smallest boy grabbed Ruby's sleeve tightly. "Angalia kule," he warned quietly. Ruby turned toward the cliffs.
High above them, a dark opening appeared between the rocks. The cave. The Pongo. Ocean wind rushed loudly around the cliffs as the children slowly approached the cave entrance. Water dripped from the rocks. Everything suddenly felt colder.
Inside the cave, shadows stretched across the walls. Tiny waves rolled gently across the stone floor. Ruby stepped carefully inside. Her footsteps echoed loudly. Tap, tap, tap.
Then, a loud crack echoed deep inside the cave. Everyone jumped.
"Haraka!" shouted one boy suddenly. Small rocks tumbled from above near the entrance. The tide was rising fast.
Water rushed around their ankles as the children hurried deeper into the cave, searching for another exit. Ruby's heart pounded loudly.
Then, the girl suddenly pointed ahead. "Angalia!" A soft golden light flickered deep inside the darkness.
The children slowly moved closer together. The strange glowing light danced across the cave walls. Then, they heard whispering voices again, very close this time.
Ruby tightened both hands around her backpack straps. "Twende pole pole," the girl whispered carefully. The others nodded silently.
As they stepped around the final corner, Ruby gasped. Hidden deep inside the cave was an old wooden boat covered in glowing blue shells, and someone was standing beside it.